Hello, hello, and welcome. This is day 5 of the Quantum Leap Challenge. We've already spent 4 days together, and this is the last day of this challenge. So, hello and welcome, everybody. I'm happy to see you here. As always, we are streaming on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and inside the Zoom meeting. If you registered using your email, you would have received the link. It's the same link every day. So if you still have it, come and join us on Zoom so you can ask your questions. And if you're watching us on LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube, I'll be having a look at the comments as well. So feel free to ask your questions. And if you are watching us on the replay, also welcome and feel free to email me if you have any questions about the previous days or day 5. With that being said, let's start day 5. Day 5 is going to be one of my favorite topics ever, and that is the science of getting rich. This is one of the topics that we're not talking about enough, I guess. And it's one of the things that we think are hard or would need hard work, but it's not. There's a science behind it, and there's a universal law behind how to get rich and how to live a more fulfilling life. Getting rich, let me say that it's not just about the money, it's about what you do with the money if you have it. It's about living a more fulfilled life, is to have a richer health, a richer relationship, a richer character. Anything that you want would make you richer, that in the sense of allowing you to live a more fulfilling and happier life. So, with that being said, let's start by recapitulating what we did on the previous 4 days of this 5 day Quantum Leap challenge. So, if it's about Quantum Leap, we should have taken Quantum Leap steps throughout these 4 days so far. So, the first step of the Quantum Leap, this quantum jump, would start with defining your C-type goal. So, by day 5, you should have defined or decided what you really want and wrote it down on your goal card. I hope you all did this. If you still have not received your goal card, let me know and I'll send it right away to you so you can use it. So if you have defined your C-type goal, the second step of the quantum leap was to become aware of the current paradigm, the current conditioning, and of the limiting beliefs. So this is what we discussed on day 2. Day 2 was about the stick person, if you remember, how the mind works, the relationship between the conscious and the subconscious mind, and eventually what a paradigm is. So if you're joining us for the first time today, let me remind you what a paradigm is. Your paradigm is a set of habits, attitudes, beliefs, limiting beliefs, and other beliefs, any other thing that you are wired to do on a subconscious level. So the way you think, the way you choose, your character, your triggers, your traumas, your memories, all are stored within your subconscious mind in a way that make you do the things that you do the way that you do them. With that being said, a paradigm is also a conditioning that is inherited by from your parents or from society or from the environment that you live in. It's also your limiting beliefs. If you think you can or you cannot do something, it's usually your paradigm talking. And to be fair to the paradigm's intention is good. The paradigm's intention is to make you live and survive in the easiest, simplest way possible. That is to stay stuck in the comfort zone. It's where nothing grows, but also nothing bad will happen to you. So your brain is literally trying to help you survive by storing a major part of your choices, your fears, your habits into this subconscious part of your mind. So you don't have to think about it every time. But that also means that you cannot really do things differently if you're not aware of the existence of the paradigm and the old conditioning. We figured out that a major part of our paradigm needs to be changed, and we came up with this concept of your new version of yourself that we called the You 2.0. And we wanted to switch from the previous version, the old paradigm, the old conditioning, the 1.0 you to the 2.0 you. The the most important part of the paradigm to be changed, and also the easiest to become aware of, is your self-image. And that was day 3. So in day 3, if you haven't watched it yet, go back to day 3. We talked a lot about your self-image, and we talked about how it is important to become aware that you have the choice to design your self-image the way you want it to be. And the way you want it to be should be someone that has already achieved your goal. How do they look like? How do they talk like? How do they walk like? What kind of habits that they have? What kind of behavior that they have that you still don't have? And if the description cannot really come to you easier, if you still don't know what should I be like in order for me to achieve my quantum leap and get to my goal easily and quickly, the idea was to go look for a role model, your mentor, someone that you see having the goal that you want, and start acting like them. I'm not saying to copy paste whatever they're doing, but really pick up the character traits that you think are making them as successful. Like if a person is more confident talking to people, for example, and you want to gain that trait of character, try to start acting like them. And starting to act like the person you want to be is easy, because the only thing you need to do is to repeat yourself. Like, this is what I want to be, and this is how I'm going to start acting like. And you'll see that after a few days, you'll be so much in character, quote unquote, because it's exactly like acting. And the more you are in character, the more it will be natural to you. You don't have to pretend anymore that you are just acting like that person. You will become that person. And guess what? Once you become that person, the things that they do and have will come to you naturally, effortlessly, and exponential results will just come to you from unexpected sources. You'll be amazed of the amount of change around your life that will happen almost instantly once you change your self-image. So I cannot stress enough the importance of the self-image lesson. If you haven't watched it yet, please go and do so. On day 4, we talked about 2 major factors of the quantum leap step that are attitude, that we called yesterday the magic word, and also the common denominator of success. And that is that successful people make decisions fast and they commit to those decisions. So they make decisions fast and then they stick to them and they change them rarely, if at all. So you have to become aware what kind of decisions that you want to make, and then go ahead and make them as quickly as possible. Here we're not being impulsive because we're making a committed decision. So being impulsive means that the next day you're going to have this sense of dread and say, oh my God, I committed too quickly. This is not a good idea. I'm going to cancel whatever I committed to. You don't want that. You want to make a promise to yourself that if this the right decision for you, follow your intuition. If this is the right decision, make it, and make a committed decision to really stick with it until it gets done, until the habit starts to become on autopilot, until everything becomes natural, until you see results. So one thing that is very important to be aware of, and I think this is the major factor that make people not make the decisions as quickly, is because they will wait for the how. They will wait for the time that they will need to start the business. They will need for the amount of money. They will wait until they get that market research results to start doing what they want to do with their product. For example, I'm stating examples of business owners, for example, who want to start a business, but that also could mean that they will wait years and years within their 9-to-5 job that they really dread, and they're just waiting for something to come to for them to understand the how exactly I would achieve my goal. If you're waiting for the how before you make the decision, the how will never come to you, because when you make the decision, you're shifting frequencies. You're not thinking the same way as you did the day before you made the decision. So that is very important to grasp here, because when you made the decision, something in your mind is going to shift. Something in your mind is going to make you see things and solutions and ideas and grasp thoughts around you that were not visible to you yet before you made the decision. So if you're making a decision, like for example, about investing in something, and you still don't have the money, that doesn't mean anything. If you have the money or not, that doesn't mean anything unless and until you make the decision. Once you make the decision, yes, I need this, I'm going to go and get it. If I don't have the money, okay, let's make the decision. After that, I know my brain is going to start acting a different way. I will see solutions. I will get a different way to make money, and then I will get it, whatever I want. And once I will get it, that's a good decision. Okay, I'm going to commit to it. I'm not going to cancel the day after, sorry. And I'm going to commit to it, and I'm going to take action day after day until I reach my goal. So let me summarize this. You don't need to know the how. You only need to know the what. If you know exactly what you want, make decisions fast and then commit to them. Because guess what? A few days, a few years from now, if you still haven't made the decision, chances are you still wouldn't see the how coming to you. You still wouldn't have the time. And you still wouldn't have the money, because the money would get spent in other things. If you haven't made the decision, for example, to buy that house, waiting for the money really shouldn't mean anything, because in the meantime, the house would disappear, would get sold to someone else. You would have other priorities. Something else will come out and you'll have to spend the money, or you will just spend the money in other things and spend the time doing other things instead of following your goal. So again, I cannot stress this enough. You do not need to know the how. Once you know it's a good decision to make it and commit to it. Only then your mind could shift. Only then your paradigm would shift, and your intuition and your imagination will do the rest. You will get ideas, you will get thoughts, you start attracting whatever solution that you need. But you need to make the decision first. So today we're committing to taking action and to finish the challenge and start seeing results. I would really want you to focus on being on that vibrational level, that taking action is crucial. We set up our goal. We became aware of our current paradigm conditioning and whatever it is that is the problem that's holding us back. We decided on our new self-image, and then we made the decision that this is my goal, I'm going to do it. Do I know how? I'm not supposed to. That's not my business. That's the universe's business to actually, after that, bring me the how. So I'm going to take action today. I'm going to finish the challenge, and I'm going to start seeing results. With that being said, let's start day 5. And day 5 is about, as I said, some of the topics that are really the least talked about. And I know exactly why. We very rarely talk about money because we were conditioned on some way and for some reason to think of money as something of a taboo, something that shouldn't be talked about, at least not to everyone and not everywhere. We're well aware of this, and this is very general. If you're watching us from all over the world, this is very general in all cultures. And I think not many people understand the importance of understanding what money is. Money is not the coins or the bills or whatever credit score we are, or the things that the numbers that we see on our bank statement. Money is really something more than that. Money is a way for you to live a more fulfilled life. And money is following the universal law that you see on the screen that's called the law of compensation. Money should be a compensation of a service that you're providing. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're selling, whatever job you have, you are providing a service. Money is just a compensation for the service. So with that being said, logically, it would follow that your income, whatever amount of money that you're gaining right now, that you're earning, is a direct function of 3 things. We can literally put it in an equation, and I love that. And that's what the science of getting rich means, that things make so much sense that can be put in an equation. So your income is a direct function of three different things. First of all, the need for what you do. Whatever you're doing, you ended up doing this after your studies or following a passion or learning a certain craft or learning a certain type of business that you're into right now. There is a need for what you do. So that's kind of a given. You wouldn't end up doing something that is completely useless. You would end up doing what you're doing right now because there is a need for it. So that's the first factor. What's the second factor? The second factor that dictates your income is your ability to do what you do. So we established that whatever you're doing, there is a need for it. So now the second question is, how good are you at doing what you do? Now, this is your job, and this is the only factor, the only variable of the equation that you can change. You can just get better at what you do, and that will absolutely increase your income, and that will increment whatever amount of money that you're earning, either by a slightly different amount or exponentially. It's really up to you. There is a need for what you do, so how good are you at doing it? Get better at what you do. Learn new skills. Do things a certain way. Remember what we said yesterday and the days before? Rich people don't get rich by doing things. They get rich by doing things in a certain way. That certain way is your ability to do what you do. Whatever you're doing, you could be doing something really simple, like selling ice cream. Make it the best ice cream in the world. Package it in a way that makes the experience really amazing. Do, I don't know, a video about it that will make everyone want it. And then follow up with a customer experience that make people want your ice cream more than anything else. Your ability to do it is the only variable that you can change in this equation of the law of compensation. And we call it law because it's a universal law. And universal laws are not changeable. You can never change an equation that it's like gravity. So you cannot change it. It's a law, and we know that things follow the same law over and over again, every time. So if there is a need for what you do, there certainly is. Are you good at it? Can you get better? Obviously you can. There is unlimited potential within you. We are amazing creatures and capable of such creativity that we keep getting amazed about what people can do. So you obviously can get better. Whatever you're doing, whatever level of expertise, of knowledge that you have, you can get better. Don't ever say, okay, I'm at the top of my experience level now. I don't think I can learn much anymore. Of course you can. What are you talking about? Of course you can learn more. So stay humble and stay accountable to yourself to get better at what you do, because it can only increase your income. It can only increase the level of service, the quality of service that you're providing. And we just said that your income is really a compensation. The money that you have is a compensation of a service that you're providing. Even if it's a job, even if it's like if you are a stay-at-home mom, that's also a service that you're providing. So your income could be happiness and joy and health and whatever that you want. That's also an income. That's also a compensation. So look at it at like more than money itself, more than the number at the end of your account statement. And the third factor of this equation of the law of compensation is the difficulty there is in replacing you. Now, let's dive deeper into that. What does it mean there is difficulty in replacing me in what I do? We established that there is a need for what you do, and then we said that I'm going to get so good at it, so you keep getting good at it, that eventually they will be very difficult to replace you because you're simply the best. If you have watched professional athletes, for example, like most people don't know the hard work behind that. How did they get so good that you can like literally say your first name and everyone know what they're doing in what industry? Everyone, because they're so difficult to replace, because they're so good at what you're doing. So the first factor is just a given. The second factor is the only thing that you can change, and you can keep changing it and getting better and better at it until it's very difficult, almost impossible to replace you. Once you have achieved these things, I mean, these two things, the third thing would just follow. So it's just logic. So we see how the law of compensation works. To summarize, your income is a direct function of three things: the need for what you do, your ability to do it, and the difficulty there is in replacing you. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm having a look at LinkedIn, at Facebook, and YouTube. All right, so we established that, okay, now we know the equation of the law of compensation. Now, what are the different ways to earn money? Most people, 96%, if these statistics are right, 96% of people trade their time for money. And this is what we do when we go to our job. You're trading your time from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. to get your salary. And the more you work, the more money you can get. And this is something very obvious and very simple. And the way that most people, 96%, according to these statistics, earn money from, following this simple method: trade your time for money. Now, the thing is, with this way of earning money, the time factor is very limited, let's face it. And it really guarantees that the day you won't work, and after maybe a few days or a few months, if you have savings, you'll stop earning money. And that's not very smart. That's not the most efficient way to make money. So if you continue trading your time for money, even if you're getting so good at it that your daily or your hourly rate is very elevated, you still cannot take a long vacation to go around the world for 3 months or for a year, or take a sabbatical for a few years and just focus on doing what you want to do instead of going to your job. You still cannot do that. Even if you are so rich by trading your time for your money, you still are going to get limited because you don't know how much time you have left. That's first of all. It's like very obvious. And second, you're spending your time earning money instead of spending your time spending your money, enjoying it, helping people with your money, or just enjoying life in general. So a major part of your time is converted to money, and your time is not really something that you can get back. So it's not really a good investment to trade your time for money. For some reason, we have been wired to think that, yes, in order to earn money, go to a good university and then get a job and then climb the ladder. Oh my God, yeah, I'm talking about quantum leaps and people want to climb the ladder. When you climb the ladder, you're simply going step by step and not wanting to burn the steps and not wanting to skip the steps on that ladder that is your corporate hierarchy or whatever promotion that you're after. But eventually you're still trading your time for money, and you're still getting limited. At a certain point, you cannot work more than 8 hours. Some people work up to 16 hours a day. Okay, is that healthy? Do you still have time to sleep, to enjoy life, to travel, to spend time with your family, your kids? What are you doing? You're just trading time for money until you don't have the time to spend the money anymore. I hope that resonates with you, because the first time I learned these 3 ways of making money, it made so much sense to me because I thought I had a great job. I was like literally very well paid, but still I had to ask for permission if I wanted to go on vacation. Sometimes I couldn't because there's still no vacation days available, or I still have to work all night long because I do have a project to deliver the day after, and that will drain me and that will get me anxious. And eventually I said, okay, what am I doing? I don't know how much time I got left in this world, and I don't want to spend my best years waiting for my retirement years until I get so frustrated and so tired that I cannot really spend the money anymore. So that just made so much sense to me that I decided to do things differently. So I started to learn about this MSI technique. I'll explain what MSI means afterwards, but let's look at the second way to make money that only 3% of people follow. The second way to make money is to trade your money for money. That is simply to invest it. Well, although we know that many investors are now millionaires and billionaires, and this is passive income, and this is great and can be built and get compounded over years, that's amazing. But still, there is risk. In every single app of investment, in every single bank, they will tell you that, okay, if you get a loan, there's risk. If you invest your money, there is risk, and you have to take responsibility of that risk. So with risk comes knowledge that needs to be assessed and experience that needs to be gained in order to know what to invest and in what and when and where. And if you want to trade money, how exactly do you do that? Is that a scam? Is that a long-term investment? Do you want to trade money to just get money overnight? There's so many questions and so much knowledge behind it, so much experience needed that only 3% of people are doing it and doing it well. I tried to invest, and I still invest some of my money, but not in a way to risk everything and try to make profits overnight. Investment should be like 10% of your money, or in general should be the amount of money that you're willing to lose. This is the only prerequisite that you need to know, that are you willing to lose that money? If so, that's okay. You can invest it. Maybe go to a financial advisor, but get good advice and get good investment advice, because otherwise you're literally throwing your money at the door, by the window. MSI technique is the third way that only 1% of people are using to earn money. And these 1% of people happen to be the richest people on earth. So what exactly does MSI mean? MSI is short for multiple streams of income. The first time I heard this, it made so much sense to me. I love that concept so much. And I really want everyone to learn about it, because it's so valuable, such valuable information. And yet nobody taught us this in school. Nobody taught us what MSI mean. And nobody taught us that we can literally set up multiple streams of income. This is what MSI stands for, multiple streams of income. We can set up multiple streams of income and transform them stream by stream into passive income. We can have as many multiple streams of income as we want. We can have different ways of making money. And once we set up a stream of income could be many things. I'll have another slide to explain exactly how we can get multiple streams of income incorporated and built over the years. But the idea is to not limit your income from one source. If you limit your income to your job, you're basically limiting it to your time, and you're basically limiting it to your freedom. If you limit your MSI to investments, you're risking it overnight. You can lose everything. Or you can double your income. That also works, but still, it's risky. And I think one of the major advice that the best investors give are to not put all your eggs in the same basket. We have a question here. How about building systems to make money? There are systems to make money, and there are different ways of building systems to make money. And this is exactly what MSI mean. It's really up to you to get creative and to learn from other people and to follow what other people are making money through. But follow in the way that you don't risk everything. So don't put all your eggs in the same basket. But if you manage to build a system that will transform your income streams into something passive, something automatic, that you're really able to make money while you sleep, that would be amazing. That would be the best. But for MSI, there is a few things to take into consideration and to pay attention to. The first thing is that build one source of income at a time. When I started getting familiar with this concept, I started to build 3 or 4 MSIs at the same time. I started an e-commerce brand, and then I started getting a few other hours of freelance working, and then I started trading, and then I wanted to invest in crypto, and I did like many, many things at the same time. In the meantime, I didn't leave any savings in my bank account, and many of the systems that I signed up to turned out to be scams. So I learned that, yeah, this is a bad idea to invest without good advice before, and without thinking, and without taking the time. And what I could have done better, now that I want to now that I know more, I want to share that with you. So what I could have done better is that I could have built one stream of income to the point that I doubled my income. Like I could literally have invested $100 into something, into an ETF, or using any of the trading apps. If I manage to double my income of that $100, I can take that extra 100 and invest it somewhere else. I won't be losing any money because I've already doubled it. And if I doubled it, I can invest in something else. If that something else turns out to be more profitable, maybe I can make more investment. But again, once I get to double my investment, I can literally take the money back into my savings account, or invest it in something else, or invest it more in that source of income if it's really reliable. So that's something I would do now if I knew better the first time. Something else about MSI is that once it becomes passive, you can build something else after it. And you can keep building and building and building and diversifying. The key is to diversify multiple streams of income. There are streams of income that really depend on what you do. And there are streams of income that depend on your network. For example, if you're into network marketing, that depends on your network. So you can literally invest time to grow your network and then let the network work for you. So here we go, how to build MSI. A few things that, a few MSI, few streams of income ideas that I wanted to share with you today. First thing is to provide a service or an expertise. Like you can do something, write an article, consult with a company, really provide expertise or provide a service. This can be trade for your time, obviously. But like, yes or no, if the consult would like literally take a few minutes, or just a few validation times from you, that's a good way of making money. But still, it cannot be passive. So let's look at other things. Book royalties. Write a book. Why not? Write an article or a book or a blog, but book royalties are something like 100% passive. You only write the book once, and you keep selling it during all your lifetime. It will just keep working by itself. Now, I wrote 2 books since I learned about this MSI technique. And writing a book is much easier than it sounds. Writing 2 books was not that difficult, but that's a subject for another challenge, maybe, how to write a book. But book royalties is amazing as a passive income source, because you literally do the thing once, and then it should just build up and just keep working for you. Selling or flipping goods. Many people sell or flip goods. What does that mean? They would buy something that the seller does not really consider as valuable, and then they figure out, okay, this is maybe a collectible that is worth more than the few bucks that I paid in a garage sale. Gary Vee, if you know Gary Vee, was known like for many, many years for doing things. He still love it, and he still does it on a regular basis, flipping goods, flipping like Pokemon cards and Lego things, and vintage stuff and all kind of stuff. Like really, if you are into that stuff, and if you have the time, and if you have the patience to go and put stuff on eBay and flip goods and know the value of things and follow up and really do some research, that would be great. Drop shipping, yeah, I don't mean drop shipping. Drop shipping is something else. So when I started my e-commerce business, that was a drop shipping business. Drop shipping is literally what you do when you are just having your interface as your website, and you're just a link between a vendor and your end client. So you don't have any stock. This is actually a great idea. You don't have any stock. You don't have to store any of the goods. You don't even have to see the goods that you're selling. I sold like teddy bear gifts made out of roses for many months without even seeing or touching any of them, because my vendor was in China and my clients were in the US, and I was in Paris. Just connecting this with that, I was just I built a Shopify store. I did some ads. The orders will come through the ads to my Shopify store. The client will just order something, and immediately it gets integrated with my vendor's website to just send the client to their address that good. And I would just pay the seller their price, their like cost, plus shipping cost, and then just invoice whatever amount of money I need to invoice to my client. So drop shipping could also be passive, because you don't really buy anything before the client buys it before. So once my client buys the thing, I will just go and buy it from my seller and then ship it to my client. See how that works? I'm not really investing any money in that. I'm probably investing money in ads. So that's the risk to take. And there are like KPIs and things to keep in mind, and strategies to learn to like advertise to the best client and so on. But again, with any passive income, there needs to be a period of learning in order for you to make it passive. There is also affiliate marketing. It does not need any effort, any investment. It will need maybe some time to set it up, to put it in place. Like affiliate marketing is when you are promoting the link of some seller on your social media. Like, for example, if I'm using this microphone and I want to promote this microphone using my link, well, people would ask me, okay, where's your microphone from? I would send them the link of my affiliate link on Amazon, and once they buy it, I will get a share of the profits. This is how affiliate marketing works. I should probably do like more videos talking about how awesome this microphone is if I wanted to sell it as an affiliate, but you get the idea. Digital products like ebooks, like people are selling journals and coloring books and patterns for crochet and things like that. And these things, again, you just make them once and then you sell them over and over again. And then we have investments. But again, we talked about investments. We need to know where to invest, and we need to invest and be aware to invest only the amount that we are able to afford to lose. And then starting a business. By starting a business, some businesses will need capital, some others will just need your expertise and your time to set it up. And then eventually, like hopefully it will become passive, and eventually maybe you can hire someone to help you run that business. There is a trick for to see if you can hire someone or do the thing yourself. And many business owners and CEOs ask this question because they don't know how to delegate. So basically, you need to delegate any work that can be done at a rate that is lower than your rate. How do you know what your rate is? As a business owner, or if you're an entrepreneur, or if you are someone in a position to be managing other people and to be delegating, try to look at like the amount of money you make every month, and then divide it by the number of days that you're working every month. That's your daily rate. If you can hire someone to do the kind of stuff you do during the day for lower than your daily rate, then do that. Then you shouldn't be doing what you're doing. If you're doing something that can be done for cheaper than what you make in a day, then you probably should be focusing on making money the way you're best at it. The way that you are strategizing, by making decisions, by networking, by looking for partnerships, by staying creative, not by managing spreadsheets and emails. You can get someone to do that for you. If you still cannot afford someone to do that for you, that's okay. In the meantime, learn the process. So once the time you can afford, the moment you can afford someone to do that for you, you have already established a very clear process and a very clear vision, and you can become their leader. And they can just follow what your style of doing things is. All right. Any questions about MSIs so far? We talked about dropshipping. We talked about affiliate marketing. If you just joined us, welcome. And this is day 5 of the Quantum Leap Challenge for Entrepreneurs. And today we are talking about money. All right. So before I go to the next slide, yesterday, or was it the day before yesterday, I told you I was mentored by Bob Proctor. And Bob Proctor is considered the godfather of the self-development industry. And he worked himself with Earl Nightingale, who is considered the founder of the self-development industry. Now, how did I end up doing this? I happened to stumble on one of Bob Proctor's videos on YouTube when I was looking for a video about the law of attraction, because at that point of my life, I was looking for an answer. I thought that there was more to doing things than the way I was doing them. So I knew there was a better way to do things. I just didn't know what it was. So I stumbled upon one of Bob Proctor's videos and I ended up signing up to his program. This first program was literally called The Science of Getting Rich. And I learned all about this MSI techniques, all about the law of compensation that we just discussed, many other things that helped me literally 10x my income in just a few months. Like literally my income was 10 times what it was before I did that. I managed to use the law of attraction and the law of vibration to cure myself from an autoimmune disease. And I wrote my first book all within 1 year, like maybe 6 or 9 months at the most. And then I wanted more. So I said, okay, I now know that I can do more with what I have in this community, in this knowledge, using this technique that is MSI. I can do more and I can help people do more. So I decided to become a consultant. So now I'm a coach and a consultant working with the Proctor Gallagher Institute. And what the Proctor Gallagher Institute has been doing since the 60s is helping people live their best lives through changing their paradigms. That's the only trick, and that's the only thing that you need to do. Just figure out what the paradigm is, and Bob Proctor has established a process, a step-by-step process through 12 months to change your paradigm, to change your self-image, and to change your results in an exponential and an effortless way. So here am I today. This is Bob Proctor and this is Sandy Gallagher, and I photoshopped my picture between them because I didn't have the chance to meet them. Bob Proctor passed away just a few years ago, and I didn't meet Sandy yet. So the program that I now facilitate with my clients is called Thinking into Results, and it's just as simple as the name suggests. It's about the way of thinking. It's not about what you think, it's about how you think. The way we think dictate our results. So my program now is a 6-month one-on-one mentoring program. So if you sign up, you will be working with me on one-on-one terms. So it's really tailored to you and personalized to your needs, to your goals. You will have full access to Bob's #1 proven success system that's called Thinking into Results, with 12 lessons over 12 weeks. So 6 months, 12 lessons, 1 lesson every 2 weeks. This program was used by giants in the industry like Malaysia Airlines, like IBM, like Prudential Insurance in the US. Like since the 60s, people have been using it in corporations or also individuals. I've seen stay-at-home moms using it. I've seen teachers using it. I've seen entrepreneurs using it. That's like the biggest part of the people using Thinking into Results are entrepreneurs, because entrepreneurs have clear goals and want to achieve results fast and easily. So you'll have full access to all the live coaching sessions. So all the coaching sessions will be live and the lesson recordings as well. You'll have access to all the future workshops that I do. I do these 5-day challenges. I do a few master classes over the months, all kinds of workshops for teams and for individuals. And this all comes bundled with my own business coaching program that is tailored for entrepreneurs and business owners. It's also tailored for beginners, so you don't need to be an experienced business owner to learn these techniques. And it's best actually if you're just getting started, because you'll have this business coaching program tailored for you. You'll have access to an elite mastermind group. Now, what do I mean by mastermind group? A mastermind group is a group of people who are either in the same industry or in different industry, like in the way that they can hold each other accountable, they can share ideas, they can share MSIs, and they can network, they can build partnerships. I am a member of at least 3 mastermind groups, and the amount of business, money, advice, support I received from my mastermind groups is really huge. And I'm so happy and grateful that I have either founded a few mastermind groups or joined a mastermind group that was already existent, because the amount of support and energy and advice and sometimes opportunities for business and money is really unimaginable. You have to get into a mastermind group if you want to really get your results to be exponentially bigger than what you can do by yourself. As an entrepreneur, we end up doing things as a lone wolf. We end up wanting to really stay in our corner and do our things and just focus on the business, but we are missing all the network opportunities, all the support, all the new ideas and the new perspectives and the other knowledge and the other expertise that is out there just waiting to be shared with you. So you'll have access to an elite mastermind group with other entrepreneurs, other managers, business leaders, all kinds of successful people that are willing to share their success advice, stories, and they're willing to support each other into growing together. There will be a lot of business networking. Business networking is one of the things that I enjoy the most. I'm a part of many business networking groups all over the world, either in person or online. So I can recommend a few of those to get more income opportunities, get more business, build partnerships, exchange expertise, and so on. You will have access to numerous learning resources, recorded trainings, ebooks, and more. So I will already be sending you a few learning resources with this challenge. So if you are watching us on LinkedIn, on Facebook, or on YouTube without having registered, please do so, because I'll be sending an email after this challenge is finished. So in the next few days, with all the freebies that I've packaged for you as a gift for joining this challenge, and also as a way to helping you achieve your goal. So remember what we committed to do at the beginning of this day 5 and at the beginning of the challenge is to take action, to take that quantum leap. So I want everyone to decide today to take action and start working towards that quantum leap. And believe me, a quantum leap is really easier than it seems. It's bigger than it seems, absolutely. The quantum leap could really provide you with results that are so amazing and so mind-blowing, you will end up wondering, how did I end up doing this, all this in such a short time? But as we discussed a few days before, when we talked about the paradigm, there are 2 ways of changing a paradigm. The first is through emotional impact. It's not controllable by you. You cannot decide when to get an emotional impact, and it's usually something negative. So that's not an option. The second way is through constant spaced repetition and elite level coaching. If you are motivated to start taking action today, the next few days may be working, but after that, your paradigm will win. Your paradigm and your conditioning will win you over if you cannot commit to make a decision and if you're not held accountable. And this is why we need a mentor. And this is why we need an accountability partner. So if you want to work with me, I will be your mentor. I will be mentoring you as Bob Proctor has mentored me in this proven system of 12 lessons that has changed the lives of many people, including myself. And I will also be mentoring you through my business coaching program. So if you make the decision today, there are a few gifts already to be shared. So my 100-day success planner, that's going to be sent to you. My success cheat sheet that will help you really strategize your success. A complimentary 30 minutes one-on-one Q&A coaching call. So I'll put the link to book me again in the email today. So please, if you do have any questions, if you want this free coaching call to know more about how I can help you, how we can work together, how we can take that quantum leap together, if there was any bridge to build between the gap of between what you're doing right now, where you are right now, and where you want to be, I can help you do that. I can help you take that quantum leap. Just book me for 30 minutes and I'll let you know exactly how to do that. And the best gift for you from me today is a 50% discount on this program, Thinking into Results. If you're using the discount code SUCCESS2024, if you register in the next 7 days. So again, if you make the decision today, or the next few days, you'll have this 50% discount. I'm doing this for the sole reason that I'm trying to push you to take action immediately. So we said that successful people make decisions fast and they change them slowly, if at all. So in order for me to push you to take action and really set off that paradigm that will holding you back, use that success code, Success 2024, you'll get a 50% discount on Thinking into Results. So for the whole year, you'll only be paying 50%, along with all the packaging, all the package of services that I have described here. You'll get 50% of all that, plus these gifts. So these gifts are for you. I'll just send them by email, either you're subscribed or not. If you decide to make the decision and sign up to Think It Into Results, to join the mastermind and to start taking quantum leaps in a scientific way, you'll get 50% discount if you register in the next 5 days. That's it for me. So thank you for following along during this 5-day Success in Quantum Leap challenge. This is Q&A time. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask if it's about anything that I said during the last 5 days, or if it's about the program as well. I'm happy to answer your questions. In the meantime, let me show you the exercises for today, because we still have the day 5 workbook to follow along for day 5. So we have 3 exercises today, and they're all around the science of getting rich. First exercise is it right to be content with poverty, and why not? I invite you to take like a serious thought about this question, because we were wired to think that there is virtue in poverty, but the truth is there's not, because the richer you are, the more people you can help. So try to think outside the box and try to really challenge your thinking and your paradigm, because the purpose of this question is really to get into your limiting beliefs around money. And that's like the first step to do, is to get through the limiting beliefs around money. Second exercise is to explain what a complete life is and show how riches are essential to a complete living. I already gave you a few examples of how riches are essential to a complete living. That does not make you a materialistic person. That does not make you, that does not make the goal shallow. That does not really reduce the importance of the goal. If it's about money, it's good. That's the best kind of goal you can set up, because it's tangible, it's quantifiable, and you can literally track it. And there are many, many ways that you can earn money from. We discussed MSI. So now what I want you to do is to get tuned into your vision and explain what a complete life will be if you do have the riches that you want. Exercise 3 is in which department of your life, body, mind, or soul, do you feel the greatest lack at the moment? It could be anything, really. It could be many things at the same time. That's okay. what we want to do is to raise the awareness, the consciousness, and become more aware of what the blockage is about. Maybe I do have a financial goal, but maybe my health is to prioritize that now. Maybe I need to get better in my body first so I can focus more and be more productive and get better at what I do in order for me to earn more money. So prioritize with yourself. Have this conversation with yourself to prioritize and to come up with, like, what's the priority for me today? Is there any department in my life, body, mind, soul, that I feel the greatest lack in? And how can I change that? You can change that by setting up a goal, or you can change that by prioritizing it on an operational level, like implement some healthy habits or things like that. But the most essential purpose of all these workbooks is to really just raise your awareness. Right. That was it for me today. So with that being said, if there isn't any question, I thank you all for joining me today and for the rest of the challenge. So this was day 5 of the Quantum Leap Challenge. My name is Nina Robert. I was your host. I hope to see you again soon, and I hope you book the call with me to discuss your success and see how I can help you. I will send all the freebies by email if I have your email. Otherwise, you can find also the freebies in the guide section of the Facebook group. With that being said, thank you so much. Have a great rest